friends, how's it going? It's me, Betty Jean. Today I'm doing a 3 looks 1 palette video, this time with the All That palette from Colourpop. This is part of their Valentine's collection and they did send this to me in PR, which I'm very grateful for. I was really excited to receive this collection because when I first saw it pop up on Trend Mood, I was like, ooh, I really like those vibes. It's more of like a sultry, deeper Valentine's kind of feel rather than bright pinks and reds kind of thing. I don't know. I liked the vibe of this one, so I was really stoked when I got it in the mail. And I also do have a discount code with Colourpop. It's 5 Butte Bean. I don't make any commission off of it, but you do save $5 in case you want to use it. No pressure either way. Anyways, this is what the palette looks like. We have very more grungy, sultry, not even necessarily grungy, just deeper, more sultry tones. We have those deeper reds. We have a really cool textured shadow, which I'll talk about more at the end of the video when I'm getting more into the nitty gritty. We do have a pressed glitter in the palette, which I know is not everyone's favorite, and they are not intended for use on the eye, so err on the side of caution with that one. But yeah, this is the palette. I created 3 looks. I tried to be very Valentine's appropriate with these looks. I did looks that I felt like I would personally potentially wear on a Valentine's date. However, my Valentine's Day is going to involve me getting married, so it's a different kind of situation. But I tried to make these very Valentine's Day appropriate for you to get some inspiration just in case you wanted Valentine's looks and not necessarily just looks with this palette kind of thing, if that makes sense. But these looks could also be used for any day of the week. You know I wear reds any time of the year. It doesn't have to be Valentine's Day or Christmas. Anyways, let's get into these looks, and at the end I will give you my final thoughts on the palette. I will have used it I think 4 or 5 times now, and yeah, I'll give you a little bit of a review. Let's move on. Hi guys! It's the morning. I don't even know what day it is, goodness. It's February 4th. Hello. We're going to be playing with the All That palette, obviously, but I also want to try out a couple new things. I got a PR package from Alter Ego, including their eyeshadow base, liquid lipsticks, and brushes, so I'll potentially wear a liquid lipstick with today's look depending on how it turns out and matches, but I am going to play with the brushes. They all look pretty solid. They all feel pretty soft, and they all look like types of brushes I would use, which is really cool. I personally don't buy brush sets very often because a lot of them will include brushes that I know I'll never touch, but these ones all seem pretty great. Same with the Kaleidos brush set. I love all the brushes in that set, and I'm going to try the eyeshadow base as well. I know it might be a little odd to some of you to try out an eyeshadow primer with a palette that I'm doing a 3 looks with, but I know Colourpop's formula. I did a first impression with this already, and I played with it once off camera because I just needed a quick little look for something. I don't know what. I don't know. I guess I was just running out the door. It's not important. It wasn't a big deal of a look. But I like the formula. I like the palette, so I'm not concerned with trying a new eyeshadow primer. Just going to blend this across the lid with a brush. I don't even know what brush this is. It's just a random brush that I know I won't use for anything else, so I use it to blend out my eyeshadow base. It feels tacky but not too sticky. I like it. Usually I like a little bit more color with my eye primers, but this one's not totally translucent either, so I like that. I don't know what I want to do. I think I want an elongated burgundy eye. It's kind of what I'm feeling. Maybe all matte for once. Maybe I'll pull in Ritz from Colourpop. Let's see. I want to start with Silhouette. That one down here. And I'm going to take this kind of tapered blending brush. It's the number 1 brush from Alter Ego. All the brushes I plan on using are going to be from Alter Ego unless stated otherwise. So, dipping into Silhouette, I just want to pat this across my lid. I'm just kind of taking this outer corner and dragging it out a little bit so it's a little bit elongated, kind of like a little bit of a wing. I'm also just going to take the edge of that brush. I'm flipping it over so the shadowed side of my brush is pointing upward so it doesn't get dragged all across my face. I'm just tucking that under the lash line. Very nice, very nice. Honestly, that alone is pretty cute. Like if you just blended out the edges, that'd be a cute little look. But we're not done yet. I'm going to take Wink Wink now and just use that to slowly and softly blend out the edge. I'm going to use the Alter Ego number 2 brush. It's one of 2 fluffy blending brushes. This is the smaller of the 2. I'm just going to take that right at the very edge. I'm not bringing this up too high because again, I do want this more of just like an elongated look. I don't want this to be like an incredibly blown out smoky eyes kind of situation. Today I'm meeting Zane's parents in about an hour. I need to leave. We're going to the wedding venue just to do a final walkthrough before our rehearsal dinner this Sunday. It's Tuesday now. Get married in 10 days from today. I think the day you're seeing this, it's like literally a couple days before the wedding. Isn't that wild? Just to reiterate, in case anyone's new here, I'm not vlogging the day of the wedding. That is not something that I'm going to be focused on. I don't have a videographer because that's expensive. And I don't plan on doing a wedding makeup look, like video. I want my day to be special for me and my family, and Zane, obviously. I'm sure I'll post pictures to like my Instagram story if I feel like it, but other than that, it's staying pretty private. Maybe we'll do a wedding Q&A or something eventually, but do not expect an actual wedding video. And a lot of you are really understanding, but if I don't reiterate this stuff, someone always asks me, so I have no choice but to reiterate it every time. Now I want to take Cha-Cha, and I'm going to use the bigger blending brush from Alter Ego. This is number 3. I'm not meaning to pick these up in the order that you're supposed to use them. That's so funny. And I'm doing the same thing, just taking this right on that very edge. I work today as well. It's pretty much just wedding venue, lunch, work, sleep. That is the day. I already went to the gym. It's been very good. So far, so good with these brushes. They're really soft and seem to blend the product nicely. And they're pretty affordable. I think they're $5 a pop, and I think maybe you can buy the whole set for a certain price, but I can't remember off the top of my head. Maybe they're not $5 a pop. I think the lashes are $5 a pop. I'm not totally sure. They sent me lashes as well. I'm not experimenting with new lashes today, but I will try them out at some point. I don't like to have a bunch of pairs of lashes opened up at one time. That's why you'll always see me using the same lashes for a chunk of time. Using this big brush also, I'm going to take Uncuffed, just kind of that matte blank shade, just to help keep the tippy top of this nice and soft. It's a pigmented light shade, got like all over my lid. I like the way this looks though. I'm going to highlight my inner corner now. I'm just going to use this little brush from Alter Ego, the number 8 brush, and I'm going to take Risque, that light shimmery shade. And I'm just going to plop that in my inner corner. And I do want to do Ritz from Colourpop across the lid. I really like this shade as just a little topper. I'm just going to take that blending brush I used first, the number 1 brush. Usually I use my finger, but I'm feeling wild today. I'm just going to press some of that shadow across my lid just to give it a little bit of a wetness. This is my go-to on top of matte looks. I actually am going to go in with my finger. I feel like I have more control with this product. But this is my go-to with an all matte look when I just want to spice it up a little bit, especially because I don't prefer all matte looks. I like some shine in there. This is just a really easy way to spruce something up. So yeah, that's this look. Quite simple, but it's cute. I'm going to finish off this look and we will chat some more. All right, this is look number 1. Very burgundy, yummy. I think it's cute. I like this look. I'm gonna go finish getting ready so I can get out of here now. My lashes, like I said before, are Thrill Seeker from Bold Face Makeup. I'm using the same lashes for a while. My eye pencil is Oxblood from NYX. I had to sharpen it so much because it was getting so empty. And on my lips I went with one of the Alter Ego ones called Jealousy. And I absolutely love the packaging of this. I feel like it looks so pretty. I don't know. Feels pretty nice. And these are pretty cheap if I remember correctly. I think these are like $6 a pop or something like that. But the color is beautiful. It's exactly what I wanted for this look because I wanted it to kind of match one of the stripes in my shirt. It feels pretty nice. Obviously I haven't worn it for more than like 5 minutes already, but so far so good. Upon application it was very nice and it doesn't feel bad on my lips, but I will update as time goes on. Alrighty, well that's look number 1. Let's scoot on over to look number 2. Hello, look number 2. I have my crazy Billy the Puppet wig on. My hair is dirty, so it's a wig today. And yeah, priming with that Alter Ego eye primer again. It seemed to work pretty well the first time, so I'm going to continue using it for the rest of this video. And we'll just kind of see how things go. I want something very sultry, hot, you know? I do not have good words today. I just want something very red, smoky, romantic, that kind of vibe. So I think I'm just gonna start with, I don't even know. I guess let me just start with Silhouette and start placing that in my outer corner lightly. Not gonna go too ham with this shade, so I say. I'm gonna use my Alter Ego number 2 brush. I'm just gonna kind of pop that right in the outer corner and try to keep it focused kind of just out here really for now. As I have less product on the brush, I'll bring it through the rest of my crease. I also want to heavily smoke this out on the lower lash line. I want a very smoky lower lash. It's like I have a vague idea of what I want, but I really don't know what I want with this look. First of all, it's looking very sloppy, but that is okay. I'm going to take this bigger brush now and I'm going to Come Through. This kind of, I don't know, just neutral shade. It's nothing to write home about. I'm taking the Alter Ego number 3 brush. I'm just going to use that shade to help buff out this upper edge. And I'm going to really blow it out down here as well. Maybe I just want like a very bright, open, like inner corner that's matte and then just like a really deep, smoky lower lash line. That's an idea. That could be cute. I'm going to take the pencil brush from Alter Ego, the number 7, and I'm going to take the Feels, which is a black with sparkle in it. I don't think the sparkle is really going to stick. I know that I've seen recommendations that if you use your finger that the sparkles stick, but I honestly don't really care if the sparkles stick, so that's why I don't mind using a brush. I'm just going to really focus this tight to my outer corner and the outer portion of my lower lash line. So far the sparkle's there, but I'm sure once I blend it'll dissipate. Which again, if it sticks, it's fine. If it doesn't stick, it's also fine. I don't really care. I'm gonna rub this brush so it's more clean, and I'm gonna take Please Me, and I'm just gonna kind of use that in pretty much the same general spots. I just want that really deep red to help come from that black into everything else we have going on in the outer corner, as well as that lower lash line. I'm going to take that first blending brush we were using, the Alter Ego number 2, if I can find it. I'm going to pick up a little bit more of Silhouette, that first shade. Just a teeny little bit, and I'm holding the very outside edge of my brush so that I'm not using a lot of pressure. I'm going to use that bigger brush now, the number 3, and I'm going to take a little bit of Come Through again, but I'm going to mix it with Uncuffed, that white, just to create a nice light shade to help blend out the outer edges. Again, just kind of going back and forth a lot, you know. It's a smoky look, that's how they are. I'm liking this vibe, I think that's pretty. For my lid, I'm going to take this shadow brush. It's the Alter Ego number 4, and I'm just going to take BB Girl, and I'm just going to kind of pounce this across my lid just to have a nice bright lid, you know? I'm just going to blend that into the rest of what we have going on. Something kind of sort of like that. For my lower lash line, I'm going to take that pencil brush again, and I really want to pop this Infatuation shade all up in the front half of my lower lash line. As you guys know, I love a shimmery lower lash. This shade is just really cool. It's super textured though, it's hard to use it with a brush, so I'm going to try to get my pinky finger under there. It's so weird, like I really like this shade, but it's a little challenging to use. I'm going to dip into the glitter as well, uncensored, to pop down here also. Mostly just to help fill in my gaps, because that shade I don't recommend using on the lower lash line. It's just kind of difficult, unless you're able to get your finger under your lower lash line, unlike me, then go for it. Oh, I like the glitter though, that's pretty. Glitter is not recommended for use on the eyes. I do not recommend it, okay? Okay, glad we established that. I'm gonna take Risque and highlight my inner corner with that with the Alter Ego number 8 brush. that is pretty much that. I do want a big wing with this look. I'm just feeling that vibe, so let's do it. Taking my NYX Epic Ink liner, and I'm just gonna draw a big wing. It's hard for me to talk and do this, so there you have it. I'm just drawing a straight line out from the outer corner of my eye, and then I draw a little bit of a line here, and then I just kind of connect it and build off of it until I like it. I like my wings giant, and the wings are always optional, obviously. Alright, I don't even know if that's perfect yet, but I'm gonna let this dry, maybe finesse it some more, and work on the rest of my look, and then we'll chat some more. Alright, look number 2 is done. I think it's really pretty and sultry and romantic. I ended up changing my choker because I preemptively thought it was gonna be a lot more red than it actually is. It's a lot more kind of mauve-y. I don't know, I think it's really pretty, but different than I thought I was gonna be going into it. My eye pencil is Jewel from NYX. I felt like that would go with kind of those tones that it blended into nicely. Lashes are still Bold Face Makeup Thrill Seeker. And on my lips, I initially went in with Vanity from Alter Ego, but it was way too red for what I was going for, so I overlaid it with Infamous. And we have this more deeper red tone, and I think it's really pretty. I'm content with this look. I think it's lovely. It'd be nice for a Valentine's date. And now we're gonna move on to look number 3. Hello! Look number 3. I'm gonna prime again with that Alter Ego primer. Again, so far so good. I haven't really noticed anything bad happening with it. I still think I prefer my Smashbox one just simply because, I don't know, I just like it more. Simple as that. I like that there's more color to it, and I feel like it gets a little bit tackier. I don't know if tackier is the right word. I'm not sure. There's something about the Smashbox one I like just a little bit more, but I am enjoying this one. And this one's real cheap, so there's that. And there's that. So let's jump into it. I think I want to do a half cut crease today with kind of that shimmery champagne-y color and the golden color. And then I want a really blown out red lower lash line. So let's try that, shall we? I'm going to start with my Alter Ego number 3 brush, and I'm going to take BB Girl mixed with a little bit of Come Through just to kind of sprinkle through the crease. This palette doesn't have a mirror. I was about to hold it up to use as a mirror. I'm gonna run that through the crease, outer corner, lower lash line, all that jazz. Today is Friday the 7th. I get married in 1 freaking week. I think this video goes up on the 12th, which means it's like literally a couple days before I get married. So my apologies if I don't respond to comments super frequently on like this video and the next couple videos, but I'm sure you understand. Okay, let's deepen things up a little bit. I'm gonna take Cha Cha. I think I'm gonna use that same brush actually. I'm gonna take Cha Cha on that number 3 brush. And just focus that a little bit in my outer corner as well as the crease. I don't want the upper crease and outer corner action to be crazy pigmented. I want this to be a little bit softer. I want the lower lash line to be the shining spots of this look. Today all I have planned is work. I'm working like a 9-hour day today, so it's gonna be long, and then I work tomorrow. Have to check my dress because it's been at the tailor. I checked it last Saturday because it was way too big, so I went back last Saturday and checked it again, and it was still a little too big, so hopefully it's like right where it needs to be this time. I just want it back because it's making me nervous that it's gone. All right, cool. Let's see, outer corner. I'm gonna take Wink Wink, and I'm gonna rub off the number 1 brush that I used in the first look because I don't want as much red on it. But I'm gonna take Wink Wink on that shadow brush. I guess I can show you the shade, right? This one right here. And I just want to pat that in the outer corner. I'm not really gonna drag it far through the crease. I'm just gonna use my blending brushes to drag that shade out. I want most of that pigment just right there. I'm also gonna use the edge of the brush to get down here and really smoke it out. I'm pretty much going in a gradient layering all the reds down in my lower lash line. I'm going to take my number 2 brush. Actually, no, I'm gonna take the number 1 brush, the one I had first off the bat. And now I think I'm gonna take my number 2 brush, and I'm gonna take Silhouette, which is the one right here. I'm just gonna take a little bit of it And I'm going to start dragging that down in my lower lash line. We've been catching up on the series of Unfortunate Events show on Netflix that the last season aired last January, but for some reason we never got around to watching the last season, so we rewatched it and then finally finished the show yesterday. I think they did such a fantastic job with that show. I loved those books as a kid. I feel like they just did such a great job capturing that. I'm going to wipe off the pencil brush I used in yesterday's look, and I'm going to take Please Me. Actually, I didn't film yesterday, 2 days ago's look. And I'm going to just press this dark red against my lower lash line. Been trying to channel Valentine's with these looks, just something that I would potentially wear like on a Valentine's date or something like that. So I really hope you guys like these looks. I know a couple of you were sad that I wasn't doing Val and Bean this year. Most of you understood, but I'm just literally way too busy right now to film a bunch of extra videos, all of them being tutorial based. There's just only so much time in the day right now. And this isn't my only job, so I have to just make it work. I'm just going in with my previous blending brushes to help blend out these edges. I'm really liking this. I think that looks so pretty. I love a blown out red lower lash line. I think it looks so cute. So now for my half cut crease, I'm going to cut it with my number 6 brush from Alter Ego, of course. I'm going to cut it with Risque, and then I'm going to fade it down into fishnets towards the bottom of my lid. And I'm going to use my NYX Glitter Primer, of course, to help me with that job. Makes cutting a crease so insanely easy. So I'm going to drag this across my crease, or my lid, and take it right above my natural crease. I'm just going to stop it where those reds are really deepening up in the outer corner. All right, dipping into Risque first. Just going to pop that right there. It's going to be more of a subtle cut because I don't have crazy dark action going on in my lid area or crease area, but I like that. Now I'm flipping the same brush over and dipping into fishnets. This is going right underneath that. And I'm just going to take my shadow brush I used to lay down that darker shade. I'm just going to kind of pat just so it all flows together. Kind of like that. For my inner corner, I'm just going to highlight with Risque like I've been doing this whole video with that same number 8 brush. I really like this. I think that's so pretty. And it's soft, but also bold. I love that. I guess I'm going to finish this look up. Liner, lashes, lipstick, all that stuff, and we will chat some more. All right, so this is look number 3. I think it's really cute. I think it's easy to wear, but it's also really dramatic with that lower lash line. I don't know. I'm feeling this one. My eye pencil is Oxblood from NYX. My lashes are still Thrill Seeker from Bold Face Makeup. And on my lips, I went with this Just a Tint from Colourpop in the shade Gimme S'more, I think. Yes. Really like this color. I really like this look. So now let's just get to the end of the video and finish this up. I'll give you some more thoughts about this palette. All right, that's it. So the video is over. Which look was your favorite? It's really hard for me to pick because I loved all of them. I think it might be number 2 though. I felt really good in look number 2, but you'll have to let me know which one was your favorite. As far as the palette goes, I'm quite pleased with it. It performs the same as other Colourpop shadows, so it was easy to work with. I didn't have issues with blending or pigmentation or anything like that. I feel like Colourpop all around across the board with their pressed shadow formula is pretty solid. However, there is a glitter in here which I know can deter some people, myself included. Like, I don't look for palettes with pressed glitters. I would much prefer that to just be another shimmery shade. And this textured shadow, it's like I love it, but I also kind of hate it. I love it because when you use your finger to press it on the lid, it is so three-dimensional and beautiful. There's so much texture and just it's a cool shadow, but if you try to use a brush, it doesn't really stick. It kind of crumbles off. I do recommend using a glitter glue even with your finger just so that the shadow has something to adhere to because it is very, I guess crumbly is the word that I want to use. It's a little difficult to use, but if you can use it and figure it out, it's quite lovely. So that shade's kind of like a love-hate relationship. I do wish both of these weren't in here. I feel like I did use BB Girl a lot more, so I wish Uncuffed was At least maybe a shimmer in that white shade, but otherwise just a totally different shade would have been cool. But otherwise, I utilized all these shades pretty well. I think I used every shade in this palette, and I kept reaching for specific ones. Like, I really like all these shades here. These are all really pretty. Risque is such a beautiful inner corner highlight. I'm pretty pleased with this palette. I think it's affordable and it's cute for Valentine's Day or any day. Freaking love the packaging of this palette. I'm not going to sit here and say you need it because you don't technically need anything, but I had fun with it and I'm really happy I had a chance to play with it. Thank you again, Colourpop, for sending me that in case you see this video. I very much appreciate it. If you made it to the end, leave me some red or black hearts. I feel like that kind of goes with this theme very nicely. And if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you're not already, please hop over to my Instagram. It's BeautBean. Follow me there. I post every single day, and I will have a more bright pink Valentine's tutorial on IGTV. It might already be up by the time this video is up, so go check that out. And if you're not already, please make sure you subscribe. I post most days here as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Okay, bye.